frankly, in today's world, what you need out of a good higher education is not just a well-filled mind, but you need a well-formed mind. It's not just what you can learn out of your textbooks, which is frankly much of the approach in our institutions of learning in this country. But the way in which you learn about the world, in this increasingly international-minded world, what Fletcher offers is a first-rate international education that talks about various aspects. You can focus on what interests you, whether it's international business or international politics and diplomacy, whether it's law, international organizations. But that international perspective is there. And ultimately what a good education at a place like that gives you is it helps reshape the way in which you approach the information that's available to you. That teaches you how to synthesize these facts, analyze the problems, and approach solutions in interaction with people from extremely different backgrounds from around the world who have themselves different experiences that enrich yours. And that's what I got out of my time at Fletcher, which now is amazingly 30 years ago. 31 since I left the place. But the truth is that in those 31 years, I think it stood me in good stead, not just because I keep running into Fletcher alums in all sorts of places. Assorted ambassadors and UN officials over the years have been united by the Fletcher tie or the Fletcher t-shirt. We used to have an irreverent Fletcher sweatshirt, which apparently no longer exists, with a dove of peace and a martini glass with an olive.
Really upset they changed that.
Yeah,
I used to love that.
Slogan underneath in dog Latin, which I shall not repeat, but Chuck and I can tell you what. Anyway, I mean, the thing is that, so it's not just because of that network, but also because of the exposure to and consciousness and awareness of the rest of the world. I mean, at donut break between classes, we'll be discussing I don't know, development challenges in Lesotho that people have never heard of Lesotho. And at the same time, we'll be talking about whether the Americans were right to make the public statements they did during the Soviet invasion of Hungary in '56. I mean, you get this extraordinary range, and then of course, in those days when there really was still a threat of nuclear war, we had a lot more bomb counters and strategic, I nearly said strange Lavian, I was going to say Volksgrafien. So you have all of these extraordinary people around you who are in the same situation you're in. They're doing Fletcher degrees, but they're there to interact with, and an extraordinary faculty, because Fletcher is not just the oldest school of international affairs in the world, going back to 1933, but it's also, I think, arguably the best, and therefore you do get a high quality of faculty, very, very good range of students, and a tremendous opportunity to come out of it just thinking differently and better equipped to deal with the other problems you're going to face in the real world after you form that mind of yours.